Well guys, Chef Beardsley, this is the second time I'm shooting this video because I said some incorrect stuff a few times and I didn't want to post that. So I'm doing this first thing in the morning. I don't know if you guys, it's actually cold here right now. It's like 20 something out in the morning. But all right, on this video we're going to talk about the love-hate relationship I have with the Redcat Vigilante. Fantastic truck. I think it needs some tweaks. And there's companies out there making tweaks, and Redcat themselves are making tweaks. So let me get to what I'm talking about. So first up, I've been testing out the M2C motor mount and motor slide and the battery trays and ESC plate for M2C. These are being fantastic. This is the second iteration of the slide itself and second iteration of this top T part up here. I think they're going to be out pretty soon. I think this is going to be the final. Don't quote me on that, obviously, but I'm fitting pretty big pinions on here now, all that stuff, and the M2C stuff's been holding up good. I'll have them linked in the description. We will have a run video with the M2C goodies on there once I get this fixed. So the issue I've been having is my rear diffs. And before you say, oh, it's because you could put a big motor in there and this and that, I know people that did this bone stock, so it's not just me. But the stock gears are made out of that monkey metal pressed crap, and Redcat didn't have hardened steel like upgrade gears yet for the gearbox. So everybody's been putting Vitavon in. And I don't know about anybody else, but I've been taking the tops. I don't know if we can show up on camera. Just the tops of the gears. This is my second set of Vitavon gears, but look, see how it's like curved over a little bit, just right, kissed right off the top. Same thing with this gear here. So what I've been talking. I talked to my buddy KGM, he'll be linked in the description too. We're both be talking about this truck. I hit him up about my issue, and the thing I noticed is let's get this gear in here, like so, with the bearing. Alright, so sorry, I just woke up, so if you hear me clearing my throat and whatnot, I just woke up. So let's get the cover on, and it's not going to be perfect just because the truck's off, the rear's off. So let me set you guys up on my tripod and show you what I'm talking about. Me and KGM, like I said, we're talking, and I noticed because the video I was filming for this, when I was running the M2C goodies, my diff gear started clicking again. And again, this is my second set of Vitavon gears. If you notice, they're spiral cut. And the stock ones are straight cut gears. So what I think is happening, and me and KGM were both talking about it, and it makes sense to both of us, is, see that gear in here? There's no snap ring, there's no pin, there's no nothing to keep this from moving in and out, this gear back here. So if I get a screwdriver and push on this gear, it's actually up against the diff right now, you can slide this diff gear back and forth in here. See that? And obviously, even when it's on the truck, so when you say, oh, it's not on the truck, but if this is on the truck and this spline is set up with that center drive shaft on this truck, this gear here slides in and out. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. See that gear in there? So I can push it back, and then if I push it here, see how much forward, how far that moves forward? And you can push it back. And that shit, in my eyes, that should not do that. Again, it's basically touching the diff there. And then you push it back, And I think that's what the issue is, because this is my second set of Vitavon gears that are missing the tops of the gears. So when this spins, it's pushing the gears away since it's spiral cut. And since this moves in and out, I think that's what's throwing it off and making it just take the tops of the gears off. And when it's a straight cut gear, it's not that big of an issue in the rear because it's straight, so it can go in and out, it can go in and out without any issue. But these being spiral cut, the way this gear sits in here, when that gear moves in and out, that little gear back here moves in and out, it's actually moving the whole diff itself and making it not a good mesh. So when it goes out and then in, since it's spiral cut, if it's hard to explain, but since it's spiral cut, when it's going in and out, you can see it right here. When it goes in, see how it wants to push the dip, this gear here off to the side. So that's what's happening. I'll take that to the bank. I'd put money down. The reason why I blew up 2 of these Vitavon gears is because they're spiral cut, and this gear here isn't captured like any other truck I have. Any other truck with this gear, there's either a pin that goes through or a snap ring or something to keep this from going in and out. This truck is not set up like that. So that's why they want straight cut gears. And that's why I keep blowing up these Vitavon diffs. So what I did was I was gonna actually order the stock diff gears because they're straight cut. And then I found out that Redcat made an entire set of CNC gears, and they're straight cut and they're hardened, and they go onto the center shaft differently now. Like, is this the rear? Yeah, this is the rear gear. So this part here comes out of this gear and goes into the center shaft, so this spline comes off, and it's just, so it's still gonna slide in and out, but straight cut and hardened. So I think that's gonna solve the issue. And another reason why I'm saying that these gears being spiral cut and this not being captured is the issue is because one, I blew up 2. It's the only thing that makes sense. KGM has the same truck with stock gears, and his gear moves in and out too. So one, I know people blow up the stock differentials in this every once in a while. I know a few people that did it bone stock, but monkey metal, you know what I mean? It's that compressed metal. So everybody would go to these. I think this is a bad move because I blew up 2 and I explained why. So I think going with the hardened CNC ones from Redcat themselves, all the gears, are gonna fix the issue. Another reason why I say I think that's the issue is because this is spiral cut. So again, do not get the Vitavon gears. Like, you can do what you want, but I'm speaking from experience here. And what I also noticed, I don't know if it's gonna show up on camera, but this hole here is oblonged out now. It's not perfectly round. It's real faint. It's hard to tell on camera, but it's from this gear here going back and forth and wiggling that diff just enough. So when this goes out, it's going to click, click, click. And if you notice, all these are like perfect. When this comes out, that's exactly where it's getting chipped off from. And when it goes back, it's a good mesh. So I think Vitavon needs to rethink their setup if they want to keep selling gears for this. I don't think it's a good move to have a spiral cut, which is weird to say because everybody runs spiral cut. But if this is not captured or kept from moving, you're going to blow these up. There might be people out there that's like, I've been running them, blah, blah, blah. No issue. I get it. But me, it's 2. And it's the only thing that makes sense. The rear of my diff is actually oblonged out. And I think the whole thing was moving. And it actually, 2 of these nipples on the bottom of this bulkhead also came off. And I'm telling you right now, I wish that showed up on camera better. You could probably see that that's actually not centered right now because of it's oblonged out. It's because as that gear came out, it would push that gear out. So that's an issue with the front, the rear, but the front doesn't have that issue, because I was talking again to KGM, linked in the description below, and he pointed out that since this gear is on this side of the diff here in the rear, so when this pushes out, it actually pushes the diff away. In the front, it's going the opposite way, so it actually pulls the gear in and keeps a better mesh. So the rear has the issue, not the front. But I'm swapping them all back to the Redcat setup, but the CNC one. And I think that's going to solve the issue, because I absolutely love this truck. I say love-hate relationship. I love the truck. It handles so good. It's just little minor issues that got me to the point where I almost lit it on fire because I was so fed up with it. But again, I was just mad because I spent money on these Vitavon gears, and I think that was the issue the whole time, because they're spiral cut. Again, this should be captured if you're going to run the spiral cut gears, because anything else I have that has spiral cut gears, this gear is captured either with a pin or one of those pin screws where you go through and it screws at the end, or a snap ring or something, and this doesn't have it, so you have to run the straight cut gears. So again, I do like the truck, I really do. Even bone stock, the thing is so much fun to run. But if you want to upgrade diff gears or anything like that, I'd 100% recommend these. And I can't put my name on it that's the issue, but everything's lining up to say that's the issue. So again, I know some people are going to be like, so-and-so has had an issue, so-and-so this other person. I know multiple people with bone stock trucks that have an issue. And stock gears in most trucks, like especially pinions and spurs, are that monkey compressed metal. I wish I still had the stock diff. The stock diff did it, but I seen it. It was like that pitted, like crappy metal. And I thought the Vitavon would go the way. And again, I'm not trying to talk crap on Vitavon, because I run Vitavon bulkheads on my Mega Creighton. I have some other Vitavon parts in the shop. So it's not, I just think it was an oversight. I don't think it obviously, like, I think they probably should have did a little more testing before they released their gears. But I'm telling you, this is the issue here. So I'm just putting this out there as a PSA for everybody. I have a new bulkhead coming, because the one thing that I don't like about the truck is the front and rear bulkheads are different. So like on an Arma or even a Traxxas, I think too, the front and rear bulkheads are interchangeable, but like you can put the front in the rear and the rear in the front and you're good. This one, the front runs a double bearing setup. So a bearing out here, a bearing inside. The rear only runs one rear bearing. So you have to, if you mess up a rear diff and you get to set, you have one rear diff. And if you mess up a rear diff, the rear bulkhead again, you have to order a double set again. I think they should have made a matching, but that's just a little gripe on my part. But I think my main issue was this gear. I should have waited for them, but I didn't know if they were going to make these or not. I just assumed the Vitavons would work, and they don't. So do not do what I did, because these aren't cheap, man. You're better off getting the upgraded ones. And again, I can't say for sure, but I will be running this very soon, because the bulkhead's out or shipped, so it should be here soon. We're going to swap it over, probably on a live stream, because we have to do all the gears on the truck. And then I can finally make a complete run video of this truck with the upgraded M2C stuff. Sorry, M2C, I haven't put a video up of it running with your stuff, because your stuff has been fantastic. It doesn't budge, it doesn't move. My gear mesh is great. I can fit big gears on here. It's awesome. It's just, this was a mistake. I should not have got these gears. So, like I said, you do what you want, but it's a PSA to everybody that has this truck. If you mess up a diff gear, I would go with the CNC Redcat stuff, not the Vitavon. And I, again, link to the KGM down in the description. I know I'm rambling, but I was almost losing sleep over, like, why am I having diff issues? I don't normally have diff issues. So one day I came out here, I took the truck, all the skid plates off, and just went through. I'm like, is my bulkhead cracked? Is this? Blah, blah, blah. And I noticed that gear going back and forth. And then I called KGM. He looked at his, what stock gears. His does the same thing. And then we're talking about the spiral cut and how it kicks it off to the side, and everything lined up. And the thing that puts the icing on the cake, is, again, it's hard to see on camera, but the rear bulkheads is actually oblonged out from this gear going back and forth. So that's just my 2 cents. Again, this is all a theory, but I'm pretty sure it's a pretty damn good theory. I'm gonna have the truck together this week, and we're gonna do a run with it and see. But I'm pretty confident that was the issue. So like and subscribe. I got more things coming, especially with this truck with the awesome M2C stuff on there. We got other stuff to run. This year I want to make the track bigger. I'm going to make my dirt jumps finally, because I think I have an in for some free dirt. And yeah, so we got cool things coming this year. It's going to be a lot of fun. But again, just a PSA to people out there: the Vitavon gears are not the way. Instead of like on the Mandalorian, this is the way. This is not the way. Sorry, I'm a little bit of a nerd too. So yeah, I'm sorry again. I'm rambling. Like and subscribe. Say what you will, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, and everything points to that being the issue. I'm happy we figured it out, because I love running the truck, man. So I'll catch you guys soon. Again, link to M2C, link to my buddy KGM in the description below. And I think he's gonna talk about the truck also soon. So check that out too, because I think he has the M2C stuff too. Let's get it, boys. 2025, man. Let's go.